Okay, I think we're live. Okay, so I have kind of a convoluted setup if anybody is watching yet. um, I've had to go into my Focusrite, and I wanted to use my lapel mic, but for some reason, none of the adapters that I bought for my lapel mic, and there's let me promise you, no shortage. None of them, I couldn't get any of them to produce a sound. So hopefully, this is producing enough sound that you can hear my voice. Oh, I see a few people have joined. I apologize. I'm watching this from like across the room. I wish I could show you my setup. I've gotten a new Logitech Brio camera for, well, I don't know if I'll do a lot of live streams. Maybe I'll do a couple if people like them. I don't know. People seem to like them on other people's channels. And I'm sorry, I apologize if I'm staring at my computer instead of at the camera, which is like 2 feet above my computer. It's this little thing that looks like that movie from the 80s, that little robot. Anyway, I'm doing this video for two reasons, this live stream rather. I really hope everybody can hear me. I apologize. I see the comments coming in. I cannot see them from where I'm sitting. I'm too far away from the computer. I apologize. It's not that kind of live stream where I'm going to be able to chat back to you or really even be able to read your comments well enough to see them. So I'm not that well organized yet. There's a reason I haven't done this yet. I've invested in a bunch of new lights. So I've got some lights now for downstairs and I've got some lights from upstairs. And I'm using two of the lights that arrived today that I ordered. And the Logitech camera, which I think will produce quite a good picture. It's 4K. And I'm hoping to get something for like a vocal mic, because the idea is like when I do my videos and I do the repair, I've always wanted to be able to sort of like give an end to end story, right? Whereas this is what it looks like before I've done anything, this is what it sounds like. And then after I've done my thing, this is what it sounds like again. So I've invested quite a bit in recording equipment as well. And that's all just money from YouTube, money that I make off of people watching the videos. So thanks everybody who watched the videos. You make all that possible just by watching. So 2 thumbs up for just people watching and enjoying the content. I like making it, and I like the idea of improving the quality, the video quality, and the sound quality. So that's why I'm investing in things like some more lights and some more video equipment. And I think this camera in particular will be quite useful because I often want to film the little like short demos that I do on guitars, because it's just like a short, like usually a quick thing, right? So I hate having to drag my camera up here and then have to sync audio, and it's a big pain. So I've long wanted a camera that's, because like I've got a brand new computer too, and they still put just absolute garbage cameras in MacBook Pros. And I've long wanted to improve the video quality because it's so grainy, like it's just awful. But it is quite a lot less painful to do that all on the computer, because then I don't have to like go through the trouble of syncing audio and video. So it's really a bit because I'm lazy, and really a bit because it's a lot easier and the output is usually better. But anyway, I'm quite pleased. I'm looking. Again, I apologize if I'm not looking directly at those of you watching. I again apologize for those of you in the comment section who may be asking me questions. I cannot see for those of you who joined me. I'm sitting like 4 or 5 feet away. This camera has got quite a wide angle, which is amazing. I again hope you can hear me. This is not a vocal mic. This is a Sennheiser E906 I bought specifically to record the guitar amplifier. And this, for anybody who asks, that's a Fender Blues Deluxe. It's amazing. It's like my favorite amp ever. It varies. Like I'm still sort of playing with placement on these, and I generally like to have this one here kind of out in the middle of the room. Like I've tried it, you know, sort of about here, and then I've tried it further out in the room. Normally, where you'd kind of stand in the sweet spot where you're like the guitar amp sounds really good. Where like you standing as a player, it sounds the best because like any speaker's gonna have a sweet spot where you're standing, right? And this microphone is quite good because it's got you can boost the high end and you can boost the low end as well. And I've seen quite a lot of these, like quite a lot of the really legit, like where you get the best recordings on YouTube. And for my money, it's Wildwood Guitars. Those guys, the sound they produce is amazing to me. It's always so thick and creamy and like sounds real. And I noticed they're using these kind of mics. And I've seen other YouTubers who do like produce really good recordings. And I've seen tons of guys using the Sennheiser mic. And you can get either the 609, which doesn't have this feature, or the 906, which if you look in the, you know, some of the reviews, people will say this is it's got a bit fuller frequency. Anyway, I bet a lot of you are wondering what this is sat in my hands, strapped around my shoulders. This is Best Wife in the World. That's what this is. This is Best Wife in the World. She just showed up with this thing at home. Like she knows that I've been eyeing it because like I'm always looking at guitars. That's pretty well just about the only thing I think about is my family and guitars. And now regular viewers of the channel will know that I bought this, oh, there we go. Start scratching them. The Les Paul Custom used. And then I saw these for sale, and these are limited run. This is one of 300. My one is 241. They come with a custom shop case and everything like that. So this one is brand new. We bought this she bought this brand new without telling me, and then showed up at home with it. And the only reason I've been eyeing the SG Custom is because, I mean, together as the pair. Am I wrong? Together as the pair? Like, no, I'm not wrong. Together as the pair, I think like it's sort of holy grail, right? At least for a guy like me who loves Gibson, right? I mean, I know not for everybody, but for somebody like me, that's like, and especially I was especially driven by the fact that this was limited run and that I wouldn't be able to get another one. So I was really trying to figure out how I was going to be able to afford to pay for this guitar, because we're not rich people, right? Like this is not easy to come by for us. But you know, she's doing quite well. She runs her own business, and we're getting to the point in our lives where she can afford to do something like this for me. And she's just all around the best human being on the planet. I tell people regularly I would be living in a ditch, probably with lots of shiny things, if I weren't married to her. And I won't put up pictures of her or like give her name for her privacy. She runs her own business, and so don't even ask. But she's super cool. And this isn't the first time she's bought me a guitar, but she knew that I really, really, really wanted this. And she knew that I really liked the idea of having a couple of heirloom type guitars to leave to the kids in the will. Like, because I'm getting old enough where I think about this. My kids are getting a bit older, and I'm sort of starting to think about like stuff that I want to own long term, because I've done a lot of flipping guitars, but really the goal has always been to get to guitars like I'm not the greatest guitar player, but the goal has always been to get to guitars like this. All my guitar heroes played guitars like this, right? And I love this guitar. Like we'll get proper recording of this guitar. You know, now that I've got a setup to do this, and hopefully I get us a more skilled player like Francis, my guitar teacher, to help me out and give you a sort of an A/B test between the two of them, because they do sound different. The Les Paul SG-8R 498T set, so they're quite hot. I reckon just to deal with how hot they are, but man, oh man. Like, I just love these guitars now. I have to admit, when I got the Les Paul, like I was saying, these are really, like, these pickups are pretty hot. I didn't know if I was gonna keep it. I didn't know if I really liked the sound of a hot pickup like that, but now it's like all kinds of growing on me. And so when I picked up this, it was very familiar sounding, but it's still quite different sounding from the Les Paul. And I don't really have any plans for this guitar. This isn't the sort of guitar I think I buy in with the mind of modifying so much. Like, this isn't really going to be so much featured on the channel from that perspective, but more from the perspective of, like, I just want people to be able to see what a guitar looks like, like this, like Trogley's does, right? Like, he does a really good show where he shows, what the guitar looks like, what it sounds like, and I'll let you have a look in the back cavity and all that kind of stuff because it's hand wired, so there's none of that PCB stuff. It's all, like, it's pretty cool. It's got a few neat little details. Case that came with it was pretty nice. And I'm hoping that as I continue to play more, that I'll get quite a lot more use out of it. Like, you can notice, I don't know if you can notice in the live stream, but when I got this guitar, it's a 2013, when I got the Les Paul, it was brand new looking. Like, it was pristine and brand new looking, just like the SG is now. And there's quite a lot of wear on it now. Like, even just on the neck, and the headstock is starting to crack a little bit and stuff like that. And that's all pretty well from me just playing it every day. And the goal is to learn to play quite a lot better, so that I can do, some of these demos at the end of have a bit more confidence doing some of these demos at the end of videos. Because to me, I try to do these videos a little bit from the perspective of how I would want to see it as a viewer. Like, I like the idea of a full story where it's like, I get this thing, it looks and sounds one way when you get it, then you do your thing, and then at the end of it, it sounds and looks another way. So it's more of a complete story for me. Like, I used to watch, especially when I got started, so many guys that just did amazing work, but then you'd never get a sound test, and then you'd be wondering, like, well, I just watched that guitar be built for like 8 weeks. I want to know what it sounds like. Right. So, because you never get any demo of it. And these guys would just do amazing work. And I always found that so dissatisfying. So I always thought, well, if I made YouTube videos, I definitely want to include some sort of little sound clip. And as crap a player as I am, I've been taking lessons every week for a little while now. And I think that, just even that and playing quite a lot more every day has helped me improve and give me a bit more confidence to just pick up certain, any guitar and not struggle as much with it more every day has helped me improve and give me a bit more confidence to just pick up certain, any guitar and not struggle as much with it to get a quick sound clip out of it is really, what it boils down to. And I'm a home player, and I don't have any aspiration of being in a band or any of that kind of stuff. I'm strictly a guy at home with some guitars who likes to play along to some backing tracks. And of course, now that I make YouTube videos, it's just even more motivation to play a bit more. And the one thing that surprised me about both these guitars, you always hear people say this in YouTube videos about how well it cleans up. And it's like, this is right now on the gain channel, and it's amazing how well it cleans up. Anyway, I'm probably born this. I didn't have much planned beyond this other than having a quick peek at this guitar, which I'm very thankful to get from my amazing wife. Also to say to everybody who watch the channel and the videos regularly, I really appreciate that. You make all this kind of stuff possible. Like, the watching the videos, people who watch the videos help me improve the sound quality and the video quality and just, do better stuff and learn more and hopefully make better, more entertaining content. So I really appreciate that, everyone who watches, and I appreciate everybody who's come out to the live stream. Again, apologize if you've just joined us. I am sitting 4 or 5 feet across from the computer. It's not in front of me. The camera's over there. I got lights on either side here and a bit of a setup to make do for today. So I apologize for not being able to read and respond to your comments. I will try to set this up in a better way next time so that I can do that. But baby steps. Hopefully, you all like the idea that we're gonna, improve video quality and sound quality. And I do have a bunch of videos sitting, waiting to be edited. But truthfully, I'm taking a bit of vacation this summer. My in-laws are with us right now. They're actually out of town for a couple of days with the kids, but they're with us for a couple of weeks. So I'm just sort of, videos will be slow for the next couple of weeks, but I do have like seriously 4 or 5 that are done that need to be uploaded. And I have 3 guitars downstairs that need to be worked on. Plus I want to do a proper video about this. Plus I want to do a comparison video between it and the Les Paul Custom. So if I haven't bored the tears off ya, all of ya, I apologize again for looking down on my computer. My camera is up there. I'm ill prepared. I apologize for that. One last thing. I did bring this over here. I had planned to have a bit more casual thing, but I just wanted to show this to the viewers. I don't know if any of you have seen this. It's called Headstock Beer, but clearly, unless they're in bed with Gibson, that to me looks like a trademark infringement that Gibson is not unlikely to sue them for. Does anybody know about this stuff? Like, I know a couple of guys, I posted it on my Instagram. It's actually not bad. It's really hoppy. But a couple guys on my Instagram said they work at the LCBO, but didn't give me much information beyond that. So if you guys know about this beer, it's called Headstock. Cheers. If you're from Ontario, cheers. If you're from anywhere and you're watching, cheers. I'm going to go ahead and end the live stream right here because I think that's enough shit show for today, folks. Thank you all very much for tuning in. I appreciate it. I will promise you we'll get one of these things going. It's a little bit more interaction friendly so that I can talk to you guys a bit. And see you all soon. If I can figure out how to end the stream. Dummy.